A couple of years ago, I made a mistake. At least I thought it was a mistake. I was ill at the time, having heart palpitations and panic attacks almost daily. I didn't know what the next day held for me. I was terrified. I felt like my luck had run out, as if the world had stranded me on an island full of people I couldn't understand, with roads full of potholes and uneven paths that kept tripping me over. I had no idea what to do. Until I read a book that I had on my shelf. It had some basic spells and divination tactics in it, much like my other books, but I felt drawn to a particular spell in this book. A luck spell. I read through the instructions and didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It looked like any other spell I had tried before, so what was the harm? The harm was I didn't know what had to crumble for that luck to grow. I sat and started the spell as usual, casting a circle around my workspace and grounding myself. I followed the instructions perfectly, and as I worked, I felt a sense of calm certainty wash over me, as if what I was doing was something great for myself. After a while, the cauldron started to glow, and I remember smiling. But then it bubbled, and glowed brighter, and brighter, and brighter. It started to rumble, and boil, and the light was blinding. It started billowing this purple smoke, unlike anything I'd ever seen before. And that's when I realized it was far too late. I got up and I tried to run, but this glowing light almost pulled me back, like the cauldron had a gravitational pull that wouldn't let me get away. I remember screaming as I tried to block my face from whatever boiling liquid would burst out of it. It splashed up my arm and seared my skin as I reached for the door. It hurt. It hurt so much. I lost consciousness, and I fell to the ground. The world went black. Then I saw stars. I was floating. It was quiet. I saw a woman made of galaxies floating beside me. I knew her. I don't know how, but I knew her. She smiled and she embraced me with this warmth I had never felt before, as if it was what I had been missing my entire life. I felt at home. She held me close and I felt the universe flow through my body. I heard it tell me that it loved me. And then I woke up at home on my bedroom floor. My ears rang. My arm burned. And I just sobbed. I didn't leave my room for a long time after that. I was too afraid. I felt inhuman. I didn't understand. Why was I given these? I asked for luck. How is this lucky? Was this some kind of sick play on the lucky rabbit's foot superstition or something else entirely? Was this a sick joke from the universe? I could hear so much. And I was so tired. I tried to find spells to fix my problem, but none worked. I saw multiple doctors, and none could fix it. Only one actually believed my story, the rest thought it was some kind of stupid prank. One morning, about 6 months later, my mum woke me up and she told me that the local bookstore that I used to frequent had a job offer open. It was a manager role, as the man who owned the building was getting old and wanted someone to take over for him. I don't know why, but I felt this deep courage and need within me to apply for the job. Regardless of my issue, this just felt like something I had to do. So I did. I applied, and a few days later I was called in for an interview. I tried to cover my ears before I left, but nothing worked properly, so I walked in feeling so nervous and scared. The store owner knew me by name, and he saw me grow up over the years, so surely this would be a shock to him. But surprisingly, he didn't care at all. He barely even acknowledged them, and gave me the job fairly quickly. I rambled on and on about my worries. Are you sure you want to hire someone like me? Are you positive this is a good idea? He just smiled at me and told me that he didn't see me any differently. He actually told me that he thought it was cool. He said, "Juniper, I'm getting old. I can't run this place alone anymore, and I've never had someone come to my store as much as you have. You're exactly what this place needs." And he hired me right there. Since then, after working together for almost a year, the owner passed away rather suddenly from an illness he didn't tell me about. And he left his store to me. His children had no interest in it. I was hit really hard by this, but I took on the responsibility, and I've been running the Wagtail bookstore for almost 2 years now. I've been living in the attic space with my rabbit Pluto and my many plushies. But I still struggled to accept how I looked, despite everything. And then I met Alpha, and he made me feel normal for the first time in my life. He told me about VTubing and how many others who looked like me were streaming to audiences, and no one seemed to mind that they were a bit odd. In fact, they seemed to like it a lot. So, with Alpha's help, I got myself a PC and I started streaming. I met so many amazing people, had so many new faces visit the bookstore, and I finally knew that this is what the luck spell was leading to. Who I really am. So, without further ado, let me welcome you to the Wagtail Bookstore officially. Thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoy your stay.